Hello, today is June 11th and it is almost noontime. It's 11:48 a.m. and I wanted to talk about what it is actually going on with this trial, if you want to call it a trial. So yesterday I talked about how they were sending me like these ads for breaking my car, and between like June 3rd and June 8th, between like a 5 day period, they actually did break my car. They broke the under part of the front part of my car, for something I have nothing to do with. Junaid getting rejected by the girls. On May 25th, basically, what happened was people like around me, like that are friends with law enforcement, couldn't make eye contact with me. The Instacart lady comes over on May 25th, just wanted to go say hi to her. And she quickly like put the stuff down, ran away without being able to make eye contact with me. And I knew on May 25th, 2026, that Junaid was getting rejected by these girls and he was trying to run after them. And it was no secret that they were going to break my car. But the thing about it is, as I just explained yesterday, I have nothing to do with these girls. Some of them I've never even met or talked to. It's just they feel like because they told all these girls about things about my brain savant that I would, that I like, that I have something to do with it, even though I do not have anything to do with it at all whatsoever. So they did finally break my car after like June 3rd, and yeah, and I put pictures of it on my Gmail. They broke my car for the under part of the front. Yeah, so there goes the reason they're using these talking points. Junaid was from law enforcement, and then using things that he has no clue about that law enforcement told him to say, even though it's a clear fact that law enforcement cannot say these things themselves. All their false testimonies have been caught, and all they're going to say is some adult around Hassan, like Uncle Joey, said something bad around him, saying and not doing what my dad was doing in 2011. He was recruiting people to go mass murder, and we don't not know what the results of that are because he would do it every single day. Anyways, yeah, the thing I had to talk about in this video today, June 11th, is just the fact that basically the news media is helping law enforcement get away with murder. Basically, what it is there are a whole bunch of things that law enforcement have been doing. Since 2001, they've been running sex schemes with Uncle Joey's in-laws, and obviously no one told me that it's been going on since 2001. Then how do I know? How aggressively they were running these sex schemes in 2023 were insane. Like stomach torture and this and that. Like, you don't help Uncle Joey, we murder you, sort of thing. And it was just like, I was just like, I'm not gonna do this. Because I remember when I was a child, my mother told me not go anywhere near him because he was caught with like an online chat, and it said all kinds of dirty things on there, that I don't think I can say on YouTube. But yeah, I don't think I can say on YouTube. But I remember as a child, that was the last time I saw him. And the facts and evidences will show that that is the last time I saw him. And quickly afterwards, you got to remember, my mother was a single mother. And so she had a lot of dependency on people. But quickly after that point, I never saw Uncle Joey ever again. My mother told me never to go near him. And the facts and evidences will show that after that point, I never met him ever again. So my mother had a lot of dependency at being a single mother working in fast food restaurants, but she quickly got over these dependencies, and I wasn't even present in any setting ever again. And you know for a fact I'm telling the truth about it being due to my mother's dependency being removed, due to the fact that the one setting that law enforcement tried very desperately to frame me for in the year 2023 was a wedding, where anyone would mention a wedding and law enforcement would flash me with the severe mental torture drugs. And yet I can guarantee the courts that I would not be present at this wedding. Despite, and how do I know? Because I wasn't present anywhere. After I gained the slightest bit of mental maturity, even before then, I couldn't afford to go anywhere. My mother worked at a fast food restaurant, so I couldn't afford to go anywhere. So you know for a fact, I'm telling the truth about the fact that I wasn't present anywhere after I gained the slightest bit of mental maturity, and my mother kind of gained her independency as a single mother around the same time I gained a little bit of mental maturity as a child. Both occurred around the same time period. And so after that, I was never seen in any setting ever again. Now, the thing is that the way you know I'm telling the truth is, and not something I'm just making up, is the fact that I wouldn't be present anywhere, to the point that the incident that law enforcement had framed me for in the year 2023 was a wedding that I can guarantee I would not be present at, because I wasn't present in any weddings. I couldn't afford to go there. I wasn't present at Assad's sister's wedding in 2003. I wasn't present at any wedding that there was. And these people were. These people, I mean every adult. Assad was, Sohaib was, all these people were. So basically, news media is basically letting law enforcement get away with murder. They've been running sex schemes since 2001. And the reason we know this is due to the fact that when law enforcement was trying to frame me in the year 2023, they were fighting very aggressively for Uncle Joey's sex scheme ads at the funeral in November 2023. I didn't go to that funeral either. But law enforcement was fighting very aggressively to force me to go there and to talk to him on the phone, help him play Uncle Joey from Full House. And then even afterwards, even after these things passed away, like I think like a year or so later, they call Uncle Joey back, trying to have him stand next to me when my mother came home one day outside of my house. Like, I just went home. I was like, I don't have time for this. Yeah, they tried very aggressively. It was to the point that Uncle Joey, like, he boiled into anger, and his anger he showed to law enforcement. And then law enforcement were such good BFFs with him that Pervez Elahi, a foreign statesman, was quoting Uncle Joey with the words, Asan Faramosh, which means ungrateful child. So this is the level of aggressiveness that was used by law enforcement, to the point they tortured me for days with stomach torture and stared me down in grocery stores afterwards. And yet I have a clean record of never being near any one of law enforcement's BFFs since I was a child. Any of these people I was never around with ever. Yeah. So basically, from that time when I was a child till right now, I've never met Uncle Joey. And that wedding that, I'm sorry, they're just trying to inhibit me from being able to talk right now. The wedding incident that they're trying to frame me for in the year 2023,